Boom shakalaka, what's going on everybody? Randall here from Crypto Love. Happy Monday. Thank God it's Monday. It is Monday, June 4th, 2018. We have some cryptocurrency news for you today. Now, in the news today, Microsoft buys GitHub. Son of a gun. You know, GitHub was something worthwhile, and now it's owned by Microsoft. Also, ZenCash has a 51% attack. Ugh, man, that's just like all... Every week there's another 51% attack. Also, IOTA Mainnet launch went over pretty well. So we'll cover all those things. Before we do, just want to say thank you to everyone subscribing. Thank you to everyone nuking the shit out of that like button. If you guys want to win one of these sweet shirts, make sure you comment on this video and every other video. Enter for your chance to win, which we'll give away at the end of this video. And tomorrow night, instead of having a late night live stream, we're going to have a special live stream with Keith Waring. So, cool live stream to look forward to tomorrow night at 5 p.m. Eastern Time. Now, looking at the markets. Woo! Man, it's pretty much like it was on Friday. You could just watch my Friday video. It's the same exact thing as it was Friday. Pretty much, market cap was where it was, right around $330 billion. Bitcoin dominance was a little bit higher. It was closer to 39%. But you know, Bitcoin was pretty much right where it was, right around 7,500. Ethereum was just under 600. Ripple was right around 65 cents. Nothing changed if you fell asleep on Friday and woke up today. However, if you were awake for the weekend, we did see a little bit of a pump, and things were looking pretty nice. Now, EOS, after the mainnet launch, saw a little bit of price increase now. Prices coming back down. Well, over the weekend, for those of you who were paying attention, we did see some price action going up, all right? So from a low of $7,000 all the way up to a high of almost $7,800, then coming back down, finding support at the 365-day moving average. But one thing that I mentioned in another video was that there was a bullish cross on the MACD. So, because I'm doing that MACD trading challenge between Bitcoin and DAY, I switched over from DAY to Bitcoin. Because there's no liquidity on the Buybox network and the order book is like super duper thin, I'm no longer going to be doing that on Buybox. Probably just going to put it to Binance. But, you know, that's the trading. And so far, it looked good because I sold up here when Bitcoin was like 98,000, yeah, right, we wish, 9,600, and then I bought in back down here when it was somewhere around 7,500. So, you know, seems to be working so far, but we'll see how it works in the future. Anyways, where's Bitcoin going to? Some people think maybe like 7,200, maybe 7,000. Some people even think maybe 5,700. I don't think it's still going down that low, but it could. If you take a look over the long of things, we're finding pretty good support at this $7,000 mark. That seems to be where we're finding a good amount of support. Doesn't seem to be breaking below there, except for the one time where it went down to $6,000. Now, today is the 29th anniversary of the Tiananmen Square massacre, where more than 10,000 peaceful protesters lost their lives. Okay? Crypto isn't about Lambos, even though, I mean, for all those people who thought that crypto was about Lambos, it's not. It's about revolution. All right? The end of the ability of governments to print money at will and wage war on others. Hell yeah. Now cryptocurrencies can just print money at will. Right? Or not, but yeah, end of government money doing this stuff. Now, big news today, Microsoft buys GitHub. Bitcoin devs call for an exit. So GitHub is the open source repository where a lot of cryptocurrencies, including Bitcoin, put their code on there so everyone can see it. However, now that it's owned by Microsoft, this behemoth who is completely against open source, well, they kind of have some open source stuff, but this mostly non-open source behemoth, a lot of Bitcoin core developers are reacting angrily to the news, saying that they should leave. And yes, Bitcoin core developer Vladimir Lan wrote on Twitter when asked whether devs should abandon GitHub permanently. I agree with that. No real hurry, but I expect this is the beginning of a long, painful road of GitHub towards obsolescence, possibly ending the same way as Codeplex did. So yeah, a lot of people probably leaving GitHub. I would too. I wouldn't want that owned by Microsoft. That would be, I mean, just look at what happened with WhatsApp when Facebook bought it. Nobody wants to use it anymore. They all just use Telegram instead. Kind of something similar to that. In the future, Bitcoin development could move to rival independent service GitLab, a trending hashtag moving to GitLab, already doing the rounds online. So that's where things could be going. A lot of people are moving their repositories there. We'll see what happens with that, but yeah, Microsoft, ugh. Other big news this week, ZenCash under a 51% attack. Now, I think the attack is over, but it started on June 2nd, so a couple days ago at 10:43 p.m. Eastern Daylight Time. The programmer escaped with over $550,000 worth of ZenCash, so 19,000 ZenCash tokens he got away with. And it's reasonable to accept that the hack cost less than the value of ZenCash. Yeah, no kidding. These kinds of assaults have been happening a lot recently, like with Verge, with Bitcoin Gold, with Electroneum. And, I mean, it's no surprise that they do, because you can just go to this website, cryptowith51.app, and find out the cost of your own 51% attack. You can just go and 51% attack the shit out of anyone that you want to. You could go for $800 an hour. You could do it on Bitcoin Private. For $541 an hour, you could do it on Game Credits, $436 on Qubic. Or if you're really stingy, you could just spend $44 an hour and go do a 51% attack on Einsteinium. Simple as that. Now, I mean, you can go into, or I mean, if you really want to be cheap, you could do $7 an hour on Mooncoin or $0 an hour on Catcoin. So you could really do anything you want, and you could rent that hashing power from NiceHash. But this is something, not to say go do 51% attack on everything. Now, for those of you who don't know what a 51% attack is, that's where someone basically owns more than half of the nodes, whereas they can do basically not approve transactions and double spend whatever they want. So that 19,000 ZenCash tokens that were stolen were basically just double spent, because there was a block with them in it, and then that block was denied, and then they had another block with them in it, and boom, have that in there twice. So, but this is something to consider when you invest in proof of work coins, because you want to take a look at this, again, crypto51.app, and make sure that the ones that you're investing in are not that easily hacked. Okay, look at Bitcoin. You can only rent 1% of the processing power needed, of the hashing power needed to do a 51% on the Bitcoin network, not to mention it costs over $500,000 an hour. Same thing with Ethereum, costs $500,000 an hour, you can only rent 12%. But if you're looking into those other things like Bitcoin, if you just got into that one because of the pump that they had with getting listed on Binance, well, look at that. It's only $1,000 an hour, and yes, you can rent everything from NiceHash. So just makes you think. I'm just trying to protect you guys out there, doing what I can. Now, EOS mainnet launch this weekend. They had a big 4-day party streaming nonstop on YouTube. But, EOS had that year-long ICO, one of the longest ICOs aside from Bitcoin and Ethereum, to fairly distribute tokens. But less than 1% of EOS addresses hold 86% of the tokens. Holy shnikes, those are probably people who got in early when it was 50 cents a piece. But the 10 wealthiest addresses hold 50% of the total supply. Decentralized? Maybe not. Maybe not. But is that fair distribution? I don't know. I just wanted to throw some fuel in the fire. And because Ripple's in the news every freaking day, it announced a partnership with 17 top universities and invested $50 million. Okay, so it announced the University Blockchain Research Initiative, which is cool because they're getting blockchain into schools, which means it'll be developing in the future. Very cool. All right. It's committing over $50 million to support and accelerate academic research, technical development, and innovation in blockchain, cryptocurrency, and digital payments. Now, which 17 universities, you may ask? Well, among them, Princeton University, MIT, University of Technology of Delft, Australian National University College of Law, IIT Bombay, Korea University, Fundikaugen, Vargas, and some others. University of Pennsylvania, UNC Chapel Hill, University of Luxembourg, University of Nicosia, University of Oregon, Waterloo, Hyderabad, Haas School of Business. So, yeah, they're good. They're doing that. Now that's like, if you do the math, it's like 2.5 million per university, but very cool. They're going to be researching blockchain. Now, good news here. China State TV says blockchain is 10 times more valuable than the internet. So if you calculate how much value is on the internet, multiply that by 10. That's how much is in the blockchain, which is very cool. It has 10 times more value than the internet. And so the real value of the internet is the aggregating individual pieces of information into one place, which is exactly what Google and Facebook do. We're now entering an era where everything's decentralized, where everyone owns their own stuff. That's the real value of blockchain. That's what makes it exciting. Now, contrary to that, Charlie Lee's brother, Bobby Lee, says the blockchain cannot be used for real-world applications. So China says yes. Bobby Lee, who might be Chinese, says no. All right. And he goes into a whole bunch of, a big freaking thing right here. If you want, I wasn't going to read that to you. He goes into a big thing right here. But basically he's saying that 95% of ICO projects claiming to be blockchain projects, when in fact they're just database projects. Anybody who's been to a cryptocurrency conference recently knows that. Pretty much everybody just, they're like, we want to store kitten statues on the blockchain. That's our idea. $30 million. How about it? We got our ICO going on. Our advisors, John McAfee, Roger Ver. And so that's basically it. They're like, we're the first world's decentralized stone kitty factory on the blockchain. So yeah, basically that's what he's saying there. Not that much more worth saying about that. Over the weekend, Liske Mainnet halts. Okay? The butthole's puckered up. What happened with Lisk? Everybody wants to know what's going on with Lisk. Well, I'll tell you, it was actually based on their very, very secure network. So, I think it was on the second or the third maybe. All transactions and processes on the Lisk blockchain network were brought to an abrupt halt in an automated manner when the security feature on the blockchain was triggered by malicious code. Notably, the 150-odd transactions which were in the pipeline were not included in the blockchain, so no funds were lost. Very cool. Very strong security. Mainnet shuts down. Now, granted, some people may not like that because they could have had one of those 150 transactions, but nobody lost money. Okay? So Max Kordek, the CEO, stated that a similar edge case incidents has happened 2 or 3 times in the past. He further said that the Lisk blockchain remains secure in such scenarios and that the software update carried out to resolve such issues went without any glitch. Also affirming that the user's funds were all safe and that a fix had already been discovered and implemented. Way to go, Lisk. Way to freaking go, Lisk. Just good stuff for Lisk. I still like Lisk. Vitalik Buterin talking about sharding and plasma could scale Ethereum. I never in my days would have thought that when someone said sharding, I would think of anything other than shitting while trying to fart. Never in my days. But now, whenever somebody says sharding, I immediately think of sharding with blockchain, not pooping your pants while trying to fart. Go figure. But he talks about how sharding could scale Ethereum by 10,000 times. Okay, so there was an Omi's Go event, a special AMA on May 30th. It featured Vitalik, and he talked about basically how Ethereum is going to scale. So layer 1 is going to be sharding, so this is going to be done on-chain, where instead of every node holding all of the information that's going to be split, is going to be sharded, okay? And some information goes different places. Now, there's also going to be a second layer called the plasma layer, which is similar to the second layer solutions we're seeing for Bitcoin, other networks like Lightning Network, like Raiden, like Trinity, like Liquidity Network, all of those things. So second layer solutions. Now, if you add 100x from sharding and 100x from plasma, these two basically give you 10,000x scalability gain. And then somebody asked, will the OMG network scale up to 1 million transactions even without sharding? And Vitalik says, if it does, sharding will scale up to 100 million. Booyakasha. That's a lot. 100 million. Damn. Also good news about Bitcoin Okay, Visa network crash. This was a busy weekend. A lot of stuff happened over the weekend. Visa network crashed as Bitcoin boasts 99.99% uptime since Genesis block. So the Visa payment system crashed, preventing credit card usage and payment processing across the entire EU, Ireland, and even the US, which makes you think the problem here, much larger than Visa, but it needs for an alternative like Bitcoin that is immune to such system failures. Definitely. We're getting there. Also in the news, a third of wealthy individuals are in or planning to enter the cryptocurrency market. Okay? The mainstream expansion is clearly evidenced by the fact that more than a third of wealthy individuals around the world who are likely to be successful investors are telling us that they've already exposure to crypto or that they will have by the end of the year. This was by the DeVere Group. The survey's findings demonstrate that high net worth individuals are increasingly unable to ignore the huge potential of cryptocurrencies, the huge potential gains, the huge speculative gains. But, yes, a third of the wealthy people are in crypto, and probably some of them are people who were in crypto a long time ago. Now they're just in the wealthy because they were in it for a while. Now, Wanchain, it's not Wanchain. Wanchain made it into the news today because they could be having support on the Ledger Nano S by next week. As you can see right here, Wanchain should be released next week. Please have a look at our roadmap for more info. This is the roadmap here. Pretty interesting roadmap. You can go if you look on their Twitter. Then they have this Trello.com article. But, some new ones coming out soon, potentially Cardano, Lisk, IOTA, Wanchain, Nano, Waves, Blocknet, POA, Tezos, Nebulous, Cosmos, all on the Ledger Nano S. That could be very cool. IOTA in the news. They unveiled Qubic. Now there was talk about Qubic before. Now they're talking even more about it. It's giving clarity on its enigmatic Qubic project, which describes it as the most significant contribution to the IOTA stack to date. What does that mean? Well, let me tell you. Qubic is a new protocol layer for the IOTA Tangle. Okay, it's purportedly offering IOTA the functionality of a fully fledged smart contract platform such as Ethereum, you might have heard of that one, while offering the scalability, zero-fee utility permitted by DAG technology. That's something that, it's like free Ethereum, which could be pretty interesting, all right? So specifically, Qubic is a protocol that identifies IOTA's solution for quorum-based computations, including such constructs as Oracle machines, outsourced computations, and smart contracts. Also, cloud or fog-based permissionless multi-processing capabilities of Tangle. So this is basically a huge project they have to take on everything. So smart contracts, distributed computing, oracles, messaging, peer-to-peer crypto, all this different stuff on IOTA. I'd say that's a big announcement for IOTA. Lastly, just because I didn't talk about it last week, Coinbase acquired Paradex. Now, this is no new news, but, I was thinking about it a bit more over the weekend. So they acquired Paradex. They're basically rebranding GDAX to Coinbase Pro, which is going to be their tool for professional traders, institutional investors, including the Paradex decentralized exchange as one of the services it offers. ZRX, which is what Paradex is based off of, is looking forward to seeing and helping more relayers start up and grow exponentially across new use cases and geography as the technology matures. Now, what does that mean? Well, does that mean that ZRX is going to be listed on Coinbase? Potentially. But it's certainly one of the closest ones to be listed on Coinbase. But, there may be a lot more cryptos listed on Coinbase too. I remember months ago, Coinbase was talking about how they were going to offer all these different ERC20 tokens on Coinbase. So we'll see that happening. That's good news for ZRX, Paradex, all that fun stuff. Now, let's get into it. What you guys want to know. All right. There were 4 videos. We'll get to 0 eventually. There we go. There were 4 videos over the weekend. Somebody's going to win a shirt. Okay, if you guys want to win a shirt, make sure you comment on the videos. Make sure you comment on every video to increase your chance to win, because I give one away on every single video. Even if you don't watch the video and you're bored at work, just go comment on the video. Say like, hey, shave your beard or something like that. Then you enter for your chance to win a t-shirt, which I'll send to you absolutely free. So there were 4 videos. Number 1 will be the crypto news video here. Number 2 will be the Huli Coin video. Number 3 will be Origin Trail interview. Number 4 will be Bitcoin to the moon. Now, let's see who wins. Ready? Brrr. Number 4, Bitcoin to the moon. Bitcoin to the freaking moon. All right, we'll get the URL here, and then we'll find out who's the winner. We will find out who's the winner. Love it, love it, love it, love it, love it. Guys, so fun in crypto, isn't it? So fun. Could you imagine if this is really, truly kind of like the beginning and everything we have gets multiplied like 100-fold? Oh, my goodness. 127 unique comments. And the winner is... Who's going to win today? The winner is... Andra Kulafay. Wish I had more money I could put into crypto. Slowly, slowly, peace, peace. Well, Andra Kulafay, I can't send you more money, but I can send you a t-shirt. A Crypto Love t-shirt. You can wear this around town. And then you could go with like a little begging dish around town, and maybe people will give you more money. They'll be like, wow, that's a sweet shirt. Let me give you some money. You could put that money into crypto, and then, boom. Absolutely wealthy. Andra, congratulations. Congratulations, congratulations. Email me at the email my about page. I will send you a t-shirt free of charge no matter where you are in the world. All right, anywhere, I will send that to you. Guys, thank you so much for watching. It's been an absolute pleasure. I will catch you. I have an episode coming out today. Ooh, actually, yes, for those of you still paying attention, there's an episode coming out today. Very interesting platform by... the team over at Coin, also called Cash, they've put together an ICO platform where you only need to do the KYC AML once. And then it's done. Once and done. So make sure you check out that interview. And then, yeah, I will catch you all later. Love you very much. All right. Peace.